Did we even get a post-race interview?
We're probably just gonna end it on celebrating with the money.
Okay. We're at the coffee compound in this new shop. We're going to use the shop today because we want to race in Salem tomorrow, and we're having some very weird issues with this thing. Like, I mean, as you can see last night, like second gear would go straight to the limiter, and then sometimes it wouldn't, sometimes it would. But we never had the mile an hour we needed, and the first gear was, you know, the first 0.8 of a second of the run was good. Then everything after that, it was like it's blowing through the converter, but I'm like, it's brand new converter, brand new trans, everything like that. We've been through, you know, brand new dump valves, and we're like, the dump valve is leaking or bleeding off or something like that, but I don't believe that's actually what's causing it. It's not flashing the way we want it to, and it's not mile an hour the way we want it to. Bless you. It's mile an hour and doing better than it was, but it's not the way we want it. So this could have been an issue we had since we put the dumps in, and maybe it wasn't always the converter, but now we have the converter to go with the dumps, and we know it should be right. Still not acting right, so obviously there is another issue that has nothing to do with, you know, it's not a mechanical issue with their dumps or their converter. It's what we've done that they don't know about that could be affecting what it's doing now. If you can catch what I just threw at you. So we're gonna rip the tranny out, rip the pump out, and see what we can find and get into. I know what I have to do, okay? Well, boys,
You sent her a little too hard.
I haven't sent her a little too hard, bud. Oh, I hope my tranny's okay.
Oh, my converter paint's not felt.
So we got the tranny apart. J-Rod brought us a slide hammer, and he did some slide hammering.
Did some custom grinding.
Yeah, did some custom grinding on a bolt for us. Put it in his lathe, aka his grinder, and we found out there's no restrictor in the pump, but there is a restrictor right here. So we believe that one may, you know, restricting it here and also in the pump may be causing some cavitation, because as you can see, the converter got about 1100 degrees. And
the double restriction isn't the problem. The problem is one orifice is smaller than the other one. Yeah. We need that one to be bigger. So
we think.
That's the problem. Yeah. It's smaller than our other restrictor, which we need. That's the one we want to be at. He wants us to be at 1/8 inch, and that one is definitely not an 1/8 inch. So the smaller it is, the more it restricts it, which cavitates the converter, makes it slip.
Is this being correct? Gonna screw around with our?
I feel like that isn't good.
That one's correct there too. Hanging out. Just clean the car. It's pretty slippery. We're here at Salem, Indiana. This used to be an airport. It's actually no longer an airport. Now it's privately owned, and they can do whatever they want here, which is pretty awesome. We're running 1/8 mile. It's asphalt. There's not a bunch of dirt or gravel or anything up there. It's pretty smooth. Actually, I lied. It's not smooth. It's just not got a bunch of junk in it, but it is pretty porous. There's a little bit of rubber down. Flashlight start 2010.5. Our buddy Nick's running it. We got Sean here, the truck here, GapTrain, and we got Mountain Dew. Our buddy Ethan's here. He's running big tire. I think small tire at 16 cars is over $5 grand to win. So we're gonna try to take home some money today. We don't know what the car is gonna do. We think we got it fixed last night. We found a bad gasket. Along with, I don't know if the dual restrictor deal that we had last night is actually an issue or not. But we took one of them out just to be sure. And then we found the bad gasket, went and got new gaskets from our buddy Bill Elder. put new gas in, put the train back together, fluid in it, started up, everything seems good. So it's either, I think either going to do really good first pass or it might still do really bad. I have no idea. So it's just a total toss-up right now.
Flashlight start, jump you lose, cross you lose. Jump first and both drivers jump. First one jumps loses. Same thing the cross behind, either way, both the behind and front, it's a loss.
It's a 16 field. I don't know what number that is. Let me see.
Ooh. Second, fourth, seventh. Good. You guys put a little. We'll know what I gotta do. 4791. How's it going?
Yeah, you're 6.
I'm the one. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
So we got Kevin Fields first round. We're second pair down. But small tires are the last class to run, so I think the track might actually be pretty good by then. So we got our tune-up. We kind of compared tune-ups to Sean, since now we got the same turbos and converter and all that. So went over like what his boost ramp is, RPM, all that. So I've got a good idea of what I think we should leave on and what it should do. So I guess we'll find out what it does.
Turbo LS combo, Malibu, I believe. So we got something a little heavier than the Banger. It should go down. It looks like it's somewhat sticky out there, so we'll see if it goes good here. We're gonna keep cranking her up.
Small car to the lane 3. Charge. We'll wait and see.
Right lane! Tightening. That was
got real upset when it stopped going.
Oh yeah. I'll tighten her up a little. That was a great pass.
Good
Right down. Yeah, she was moving around a little bit. I might need more air too. I only had 14 in it. I didn't know.
Okay.
I wanted it to have less than more to look at data.
Good
but
job.
thanks, brother.
Yep.
Keep on the winning.
I don't know if my air shifter was gonna work or not. I shifted it myself. 'Cause it sounded
Maybe
like it
you'll
wasn't
win
gonna
and
shift.
small tire will
We'll
win
have to
the
look
big
at the
tire.
log, yeah.
Done. Let's do it.
I let go of the button and I was like, finally, this is what I've been waiting for. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. The front end came up. The converter did exactly what, it felt like it did exactly what I've been wanting it to feel like. So I'm really freaking happy. We got to cool her down and pull data, and I think it's going to take a lot more.
Did you have to pedal at all?
No, not at
Okay,
all.
so
I
it just went over and you were able to drive it back.
Come back, boy.
Maybe a little more air.
Maybe. I'm sure. Well, I don't know. Look, the wrinkle wasn't bad.
Yeah, his video.
Yeah, the wrinkle was just about right, to be honest.
What'd you get? Are you serious?
So we're just pulling the data now, and we'll see what it looks like. Definitely had a little bit of wheel speed once we got out there a little way, so we'll see what we need to do. Maybe we got to open the dump up a little longer. Maybe it definitely needs more power on the hit, so that should have left on about 8. We're going to turn up to probably 10, hit it a little harder, and rock and roll.
So that pass was really good. 1 second out, it's starting to bobble the tire. And I verified that with a shock sensor. I got sensors now from Brandon Dollar. So these shocks respond really quickly to small adjustments. So I tightened up extension 1 click. And it has the same tune-up now that I finished at the banger, which should be a couple tenths faster than the last pass. Other than that, everything else is staying the same. So just a little bit more leave and a shock adjustment.
Turbocharged S10 on its way. Sonoma coming, but nope.
It threw the belt about 3:30, and then it just started smoking right after, smoking on the driver's side.
Then he turned off.
A fire is a lot more work than a head gasket.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. It was just white. I guess I'll get on the moped and go down there and see.
Dude, that was the best SB motor we ever had. This really sucks. That thing had a hell of a good life. But it's finally over. He can rest in pieces now. She was rolling too. It was ripping. I'm like, yeah. And then right at the stripe, brrr. Like, no way. Really, it broke. And then smoke, fire. I mean, what was really scary, honestly, it was on fire under the hood, like bad. Everything was oil, so all the wrap was on fire and shit. So lucky those guys had some water down here and they were able to clean it all up, thank goodness. But it's a mess. It was the best SB motor we ever had. Oh, I destroyed her good, boys. I was almost free. We'll have a fire extinguisher now. That was a freak out.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was on fire.
Yeah.
There's a lesson. That wrap catches fire and it started burning. And then underneath the truck, the crossover on fire. He barely hit it. Luckily got water down at just in time.
Water on a grease fire?
Rule number 1, always throw it on there. Drip drying.
Just gonna leave it down there? What if somebody wrecks and wrecks into it?
You want me to drag it down the return road so you guys can run through
No,
oil?
drag it over into the grass.
It is in the grass. Hey, let them use your binoculars. It's in the grass.
It's right by the, is it behind a pole at least?
It's far enough in the shutdown.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
If somebody hits that, they're a real asshole.
Yeah.
come up, and it was like, and then I hit a bump, and I heard it.
That's a little more than she wanted, but it forced it down through there. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would have taken all that.
All right. It was right out of the gate, too. Attention in the pits.
It was still fast.
Round 2 winners.
I don't think maybe my front end was too loose last pass.
You got something here.
Mine like hit the tire and like was still wrinkling and then kind of spun.
I think the 60 will take more if one of us gets a buy and we turn the launch at the top. But mid-track, it doesn't hold. Okay. Try to have traction out further.
I'm
okay with the split, but not that far yet.
I know you guys want to rerun. I'll run it.
I've done some miracles before.
Roll into the turbo on the roof, so let's just leave it at that. It's cool.
I got Nick, you got the buy.
Once again, attention to the pits, guys. If you intend to run small tire, big tire, if you won your...
28,
Yeah.
He's in the right lane.
Good luck, thank you. 3950, and then the left lane. So I got left lane, which is, I think, the best lane here. Sean went faster in the right lane, but he turned it up, but his car did scoot around a little bit, so we know the left lane is better. We believe it is. Everybody thinks it is. I haven't been in the right lane, but I know I'm in the left. So I think I had the boost ramp a little too hot because it hit the tire and planted it, but then started to spin a little bit. It went faster that pass, 2 mile an hour faster, but it only went 200. The 60 foot and the 330 were the exact same. The only place I gained was out back. I added 2 pounds of boost, so I might add more boost because I think the turbos, we didn't see a boost increase over 32 pounds on the dyno, but I think that might have been part of the training issue. So I think this should make more power on more boost than what I was on, which was 34. So I'm gonna add a little bit more out back and try to tame down the 60 just a little bit to get it to do not spin. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, so I got lucky, drew the buy. Well, Adam blew up the motor, so I got the buy. I drew left lane, and I added some RPM and some boost to the launch to try to get the 60 better. It might spin, so I don't know. If it spins, I won't be surprised.
He goes into the final. Still in the next round, guys. The hard tire, small tire, and the big tire. Make sure you bring your cars and your control for chips. When you go. That'll speed things up for us here today. What happened? All right.
I don't know.
What is the boost? Only but Nickky.
It's not launched up. The converter's probably broke. I bet the converter's broke from being so hot.
Yep.
I bet it screwed up the...
Rust on the bearing unit.
I bet those bearings are junk.
Yep.
I think the converter's broke.
What?
The turbos are fine, CO2's fine, it won't spool at all. My shit, it didn't build boost in the burnout box, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna build before.
Yeah, as soon as I heard you, I jumped on it, and then when I saw you come in, I turned my lights on, and he must have not seen him come on. He said he had a hard time sitting there. I'm like, yeah, come.
It's all good. I think my converter's broke because we were having training issues, and it had literally like the converter was boiled. We fixed the trans yesterday, and now I think the thrust in the converter must be fucked or something. It won't build any boost at all. That's why I was like, all right, I just went ahead and bumped in.
Yeah.
Good job, brother.
All right.
Yeah, you made good pass, dude.
Thank
Nice
you.
work.
That was fast.
Thanks. Thank you.
Good job, man.
Wise words. I'm just going to concentrate on making a good, clean pass. The car, we made, what, 4 or 5 hits? I've gained a little bit on it, but I think it's as fast as I'm going to go on this surface. So at this point, it's just make sure I do a good burnout, make sure I'm in first gear, and then be right on the light. I did he wanted left lane, and I won the coin toss, so I took left, so I think I have a small advantage there, but I'm not going to take him lightly, he's fast.
Retired in the final seater.
That was a damn good race. It had to been inches at the other end, so shit. Yeah, it happens. We'll get him next time.
I don't know if I was just on the brakes long, it built more boost than I was expecting. I don't know, it was weird when it hit second, it felt like it just kind of blew through the converter. Maybe the tranny was 200 degrees, so I don't know if it was just too hot. I'm not sure. Either way, he beat me, so dang it.
Oh, good run though.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
I still love you.
Good job, man. Good job, bro.
Hard tire final.
It was close.
To the lanes, please.
Yeah, I slowed down.
Well, so we had a good day of racing. Good day of racing, could have been better, could have been a lot worse. We believe I broke the washers in the converter. They're thrust washer, like bearing washers, because they're really the only thing that can lock up and make it not spool like that. Turbos are fine. We had CO2, wastegates are fine. I don't know what the deal really was, so I guess I'll check on my boost reference lines first off, but I believe it was just, I believe it's a converter, but, which is not the converter's fault, it's our fault for running it how we ran it. But Sean, he just barely got edged out in the finals. They split 4,000, 1,000, so Sean still gets $1,000. GapTrain is not looking so hot, so we got more work to do on that. Got a little bit of work to do on Mountain Dew, and like I said, it was a really good day of racing. We always like to win, but we're all going home safe, and the cars are in one piece, you know, technically one piece. The GapTrain's not exactly one piece. It's got multiple pieces missing out of it now, out of the engine, but it's not a surprise for Adam. Yeah, but everything's good. The turbos are working great. Mountain Dew worked great today. Like, it is doing exactly what I wanted to do. We have a really good base now to be very fast, competitive. We just got to figure it out. So just keep on keeping on. Yes, sir.